is the new general manager and president of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Good afternoon. Welcome and thank you for attending today's special announcement here at Air Canada Centre. We are joined by, on your far left, Gord Kirk, Richard Petty, the President and CEO of Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, and Brian Burke. The format today will be as follows. We'll have remarks from Richard and Brian, and then we'll open it up to questions from the floor. I would ask that you please wait for the wireless microphones before posing your questions. Following that, we will have a chance for informal media interviews behind this stage here. With that, I would like to now call upon Richard Petty to make today's announcement.
Thank you, Pat. Almost 1 year ago, the Toronto Maple Leafs began the search for their 13th general manager. At the time, we established some very clear criteria to select the right individual for the job. We wanted a long-term builder on and off the ice with an established track record of success. An experienced hockey executive who has extensive knowledge in identifying talent at all hockey levels. A person who works effectively with the media and is comfortable with the intense scrutiny that characterizes the Canadian hockey market. A top hockey person who could fulfill the position of both president and general manager. And importantly, a winner. With that, I am very pleased to welcome Brian Burke as the president and general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs. As all hockey fans know, Brian comes with a stellar track record. He is indeed a winner. Brian has had success at both the team executive and NHL executive level and is spending time with the NHL at senior capacity, the Hartford Whalers, Vancouver Canucks, and more recently the Anaheim Ducks, where he led the team to its very first Stanley Cup championship. His experience as an attorney representing NHL players and as a professional hockey player nicely rounds out his resume. As president and general manager, Brian will be that long-term builder, ensuring the Maple Leafs will be a consistently competitive and winning team for years to come. He will be charged with the task of leading the Leafs to their 14th Stanley Cup. But before I turn over the microphone to Brian, I would also like to welcome Brian's wife, Jennifer, and their 2 children to Toronto. We really will enjoy having you here, so welcome. I would also like to thank Cliff Fletcher. We are grateful to Cliff for serving as the general manager of the Leafs for the last 11 months. And importantly, Cliff has set the table for the Leafs that Brian will build upon. With Cliff on board, our search committee that consisted of Gord Kirk, Cliff, and myself had the luxury of conducting our general manager search without the constraints of time deadlines. Unfortunately, Cliff is not here today as he had a previously scheduled family commitment and is therefore unable to attend today's news conference. However, on behalf of the entire Toronto Maple Leafs organization, I would like to thank Cliff for his contribution and commitment and contribution to the team over the last 11 months. We are also pleased that we will continue to benefit from Cliff's experience and expertise as he will remain in his capacity in a consultant role with the Leafs. I would also like to thank Gord Kirk for his work on the general manager search. He has been a trusted confidant throughout the process and has provided an objective view of the candidates and supported the team in conducting extensive research. He has also proved to be a valued resource during the last year. Thank you, Gord. And now, on behalf of our owners and directors, I would like to welcome the Leafs' new president and general manager, Brian. Welcome to Leafs Nation and all the aspirations and expectations that come with the role.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Richard. It's a great pleasure to be here. We'll have a little unusual start, I guess, because before I talk about Toronto, I need to say a few words about Anaheim. And I want to thank the Samuelis. You're all aware that they announced the new general manager about 10 days ago, and because I was still on staff, I didn't get to properly say goodbye. My wife and I, Jennifer, who's in the front row here, this will be the first time in 11 years that our kids have been in the same time zone, and we're excited about that. And that was the decision to leave Anaheim was based on family factors. It was just a notion that we were going to get our family in the same time zone no matter what it took. And The job in Anaheim was a great job, great hockey market, great fans. Samuelis are wonderful owners. I want to thank our players. I didn't get a chance to do that. I want to thank our coaches and our staff, Bob Murray and Randy Carlisle in particular. And, thank the Samuelis in particular for a wonderful, wonderful experience in Southern California. Now, Toronto. Turn the page, and the next step is almost like a dream come true for a hockey executive. I said this before. You're talking about the Vatican if you're a Catholic. You're talking about the center of the hockey universe. You're talking about one of the most important jobs in hockey on the planet, running the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's a dream job, and I couldn't be more excited to be here today. I couldn't be more excited about the job that lies ahead. This is one of the crown jewels in the National Hockey League. It's an iconic brand worldwide, and for someone to turn to you and say, we want you to run this team is just a dream come true. Like I say, it's something that, I can't really put it into words. When I first was offered the job, I couldn't. I probably embarrassed myself how quickly I said I wanted to take this job. That's how badly I wanted it. And as proud as I am to be here today and run this wonderful team, I'm also humbled by it. I'm aware of the tradition here. I'm aware of the burden that comes with running a team with this tradition and this history, with this rich history. And to be the guy that's going to decide how that next chapter is written is humbling. As exciting as it is, it's also humbling. And, to me, it's daunting at the same time as it's exhilarating. So rebuilding this team is not going to be easy. Cliff has made some positive steps, but changing the general manager doesn't change the team, and it doesn't change a lot of things. And it's going to take some time and some patience. Changing the general manager doesn't change the roster we're going to address tonight. It doesn't change the record of our team. It doesn't change the chapters of history with unfulfilled expectations that preceded today. What it does represent, though, is a turning of the page. For me, we're turning the page, and now we get to start to write on blank pages and make changes and get this team to where it needs to be and the vision that ownership has for it and that I have for it. So to me, talk about philosophy. There's 3 pillars that I base my teams on. This has never changed for me. Number 1 is we play an entertaining style. We want to justify the price of the ticket every night, whether the team is successful that night or not. We believe in aggressive pursuit of the puck in all 3 zones, or possession of it desirably. We believe in answering physical challenges and playing a style that allows your young players to play and develop in a fear-free environment. That's number 1. Number 2, we believe in financial and fiscal prudence. At the end of the day, it's the fans' money and the sponsors' money. We try to spend it intelligently. We think that that's a cornerstone. It doesn't matter if a team's profitable or not. You should make sound business decisions whenever you can, and that's a trademark of my teams. It's not my money, so I try to spend it as wisely as I can. And third is community service. It's not optional. You want to play in a great city like Toronto, you will give back to this community, or we'll find you somewhere else to play. It's not an optional thing here. The players are going to be more active than they've ever been here before, and the ones that don't like it won't be here long. Within that, my philosophy is simple. We believe in a top 6 forward group that has a high skill level. We believe in a bottom 6 forward group that does the plumber's work, does all the specialty jobs, shot blocking, penalty killing, fighting. We fill those roles in our bottom 6 forwards. Same with our defense. We shoot for a top 4 group that has a high skill level. The bottom 2 guys, we look to do the plumber's work, and which are really important jobs on my teams.